Hello, I will be demonstrating interactive visualization of various datasets related to energy production and consumption from countries across the world. And basically, what I have is a toolbar which consists of like visual representation of basic chart involving bar graph and then line graph, and the other one is for comparison of various charts, and we have a scatter plot which basically gives a correlation of various variables. So first, starting with basic chart, I have primary energy with the component of production and consumption, and this list has various countries across the world. First, the user can choose which is energy type which he wants to visualize, and in the second component he can choose if it is generation or consumption, and from the country he can choose which country he want to visualize the dataset for, and later in stage he can choose either a bar graph or a line chart, and he can draw the chart, and once the chart is generated he can interact with the chart to get to know what are the values and how the values have been changing with respect to time. And here on the y-axis you can see the total electricity generation, and on the x-axis you can see the time in years starting from 1980 towards 2010 and extending to 2 more years, that is 2011 and 2012. Now moving ahead to compare chart, we have comparison for 2 different countries and 1 type of energy. So the user can choose any particular energy and its component, and country 1 and then country 2. So in the next step he can choose either it's a bar chart or line chart, and then he can compare the countries. So once the chart is visually generated, he can interact with the chart to visually understand how the values have been changing or trending from 1980 towards 2012. Next, here you can choose a multiple chart representation, and this has like representing in different charts for each country. Like we can choose a energy type and a country and then bar chart, and then we can add, so this will generate a bar chart for North America. So moving ahead, you can choose a different country and you can choose a different graph, and then you can add 1 more graph. So basically we have 2 graphs for comparison, and you can add like how many other graphs you want to add. So it's basically up to the user's choice. In the next tab we have scatter plot, and here the user can choose between different energy types, and the next we have a list of countries to choose from, and this will generate for various countries, and in the next we can display the chart. So this basically generates for total electricity on the y-axis and total primary energy on the x-axis, and we have 3 countries here represented on the graph. Thank you, and in the next tab we have documentation and the video relevant to the design process and the same narration of this visual representation. Thank you.